share them in the comments. And if you enjoy this,
Teach my colleagues. I will read any book, any magazine, any speech you give and you want me to read. Read this report. All of you are also modeling what it means to be an attorney general, because we've got an attorney general of the United States who literally thinks her job is to be the president's lawyer and to do whatever the president wants her to do, and thinks that the Department of Justice is the law firm for the president and his political party. I mean, that's a remarkable deformation and diversion of American history.
what do shootings, total chaos, and police officers being beaten with flagpoles have to do with files? Yes, you know what secret files I'm talking about. On January 6th, 2021, tension gripped the nation's capital as a mob, incited by Donald Trump, stormed the Capitol, threatening the foundations of democracy. Chaos erupted as law enforcement was overwhelmed, and Trump stood by, failing to restore order. While he now portrays Washington, D.C. as a city plagued by crime, this narrative distracts from a deeper crisis, one of truth and accountability, where fear is weaponized for personal gain. Does it have anything to do with the alleged Epstein files?
Thanks, Senator Schumer. We're going to start with questions.
Thank you very much, Senator Durbin and Senator Schumer. Thanks for joining us and for your powerful leadership on behalf of the Constitution in New York and all over the country. Your citation of Senator Warnock reminds me of something that Ben Franklin said, where he said, I observed that wrong is always growing more wrong. However,
Then what?
I see that shit had us in here
well,
for the
you're
good.
thinking along parallel lines. So, thank you for joining us. I want to recognize my Democratic colleagues who've joined us today. Hank Johnson from Georgia, Ted Lieu from California, Deborah Ross from North Carolina, Joey Garcia from Illinois, Mary Gay Scanlon from Pennsylvania, and Becca Bell from Vermont. I just have a couple of questions for you guys. One, I want to say that when pursuing the Senator Warnock and Franklin, we get through this nightmare, and we will, when we reclaim the trajectory of American history for democracy and freedom, and we will, all of you will be remembered by future generations for what you did to stand up for us during this time. And I don't want you to think that anybody doesn't notice, because we do notice what it is you're doing. But I want to ask you this, because in addition to the substantive defense of the rule of law and the Constitution, all of you are also modeling what it means to be an attorney general, because we've got an attorney general of the United States who literally thinks her job is to be the president's lawyer and to do whatever the president wants her to do, and thinks that the Department of Justice is the law firm for the president and his political party. I mean, that's a remarkable deformation and diversion of American history. So, although it's indisputable that all of you are Democrats, I don't think you're here to represent the Democrats or the Democratic Party of your state. And I just wonder if you would say a word about what it means to you to be an attorney general and to try to act on behalf of the rule of law and not a political program. Perhaps Attorney General Rowe, if you'd start.
Thank you for that question. I serve as the Attorney General of the state of Illinois. In Illinois, I'm independently elected from the governor, and by way of that, I serve the rule of law. I don't serve the governor. I do represent the governor. I represent the agencies within the state that serve the rule of law. And I take that distinction very seriously, and I think that the U.S. Attorney General should operate with the same sort of shouldn't be loyal to the president, but she should be loyal to the rule of law. That does not mean you're not representing the government and the administration, but you have to do so within the bounds of the rule of law.
I mean, is there anyone who would describe your job as being the governor's lawyer? exclusive.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody want to add anything else on this. Yes, Attorney General.
I'll just add, similar Massachusetts, elected by the people and
We should have some more.
accountable to the people. Holding the rule of law, protecting their rights and protecting their state's economy. I would just stress, and I think the NIH case, which we were all a part of, whether it's the first case, you're in the second iteration of that case to protect access to these critical life saving medical research, clinical trials. This is billions of dollars that go to every state in the country. We came together not looking at, okay, how do we just protect those who are Democrats or identify as Democrats in this country? We came together recognizing the unlawful actions by this administration to cut that funding. NIH won quickly on a Friday night and mobilized the children court on Monday because we knew it was at stake. When we talk about a child having pediatric cancer or a vet dealing with PTSD, we don't look at whether or not they have a DNR by their names. We mobilize to advance that litigation to protect the
What
public
that
health.
mean by they got a DRR by their damn name?
Protect the public health of everyone across this country
Yeah.
while at the same time upholding the rule of law. I think it's just a great example of a great example of how we do our work regardless of political affiliation and demographic.
Well, thank you for doing that. And Allison, if I can let me just twist the question a little bit. One of the things you guys are doing is defending the integrity of federal laws and programs that we've adopted. And because of the very restrictive standing rules that the court has imposed against Congress, going to court to try to get our laws implemented, in a weird way, you're standing up for the laws that we participated in passing. But that's for all of the people, because after all, it's your representatives in Congress who voted for them as well. But I wonder if you could just reflect a little bit on that role you're playing in terms of making federal law work for everybody in the country as a state attorney general.
We regard the laws that Congress
Yeah.
passes as fundamentally the prerogative of the people who populate this country and send members to Congress.
You said what, fool?
For an executive to certainly
Oh, you say you about the barbecue?
Yeah, I done said fuck it. Into the door.
You said what? Yeah. Hell yeah, they asked to see a grill and shit, but you know y'all about to be deep in hell over that motherfucker. Oh, you say y'all be about to be cooking and shit? Yeah, if I come through that motherfucker, I slide through to him. Alright.
Number 3 in the world, a broadcaster, and a true berry bringer. Slow